What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. I feel like I've said that a couple of times the last few uploads. I'm trying, guys, I promise. Things have been a little bit crazy, obviously, with the major returning to LAN. My focus was a lot on practice, and I mentioned it previously in the last video. I think it was like almost 2 weeks ago by the time you guys are watching this. But Call of Duty content right now is kind of struggling, so like coming up with good video ideas that I would be happy to make has been a little bit of a struggle. Like I said, I don't want to upload things just to say that I'm uploading, if that makes sense. You know, if I'm just putting out stuff that I just to get a video out, that's not really something that I want to do. So I have been holding off. I have been focusing on competing. I mentioned that, like I said. And now that the major's over, we're gonna try to kick things back up into gear. I think we have about a month. Yeah, I think a month actually until the next major. So I should be starting to get back to uploading relatively frequently there. But the topic of today's video, enough of my rambling, is going to be my thoughts on the major. You know, just how it was ran, and then I want to touch on the champs format a little bit. I tweeted about it a little while ago. Again, by the time you guys are seeing this, it's gonna be a couple days ago. I just wanted to give my my thoughts and opinions on the current champs format and just the format for the season, and touch on the major a little bit. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. So first things first, the major, it was hosted in Arlington, Texas in the esports arena. And I've never been there before this major, but the venue is super nice. Like I said, it's an esports stadium, so they knew what they were doing when they were building it. But where it's actually located is insane. It's right next to Cowboy Stadium and the Ranger Stadium. And it's also between Six Flags and Hurricane Harbor, which is Six Flags like water park. So it's in just this sick area. In terms of like COVID testing, because I know you guys are going to be curious on the protocols and everything. The CDL was super strict, as they should have been, with everything COVID related. You guys definitely got the memes from Kyler misspelling his name on his test, but you know, they were super strict, as they should have been. The event was ran really well in terms of COVID protocol. Every player and staff member had to be tested before actually stepping foot into the arena, and then we were tested 2 times over the course of the actual weekend. So we had 1 PCR test, which is like the send away, figure out if you have COVID situation, and then we had 2 rapid tests that we had to take on our own. So like I said, super strict. Hats off to the CDL. The event was ran very well. No COVID scares, nothing to do with that. Again, Kyler messing up was kind of like, I guess, how serious they were taking it. He misspelled his name and like he couldn't play. So that tells you that. As for the actual event, we played first or second every single day. So we weren't there for a crazy amount of time. There were no like severe delays. In terms of like tech issues or any like overwhelming problems, the main one is probably going to be the monitors, which you guys have heard a decent amount about. There was no official monitor sponsor for the CDL this season, so players really didn't know what to use at home. Most of us played on Asus monitors because that's what we played on last year, and that was like kind of the consensus at the beginning of this year, that we would be playing on Asus monitors, and we show up and we were playing on Omens. It's not, I think it's overplayed. I really didn't have a problem with it. I think that issue was definitely overplayed a little bit on social media. I understand like practicing at home and, you know, for the majority of the year, then going and playing on something different is important, but like it wasn't noticeable to the point where it impacted my gameplay personally. Maybe it impacted other people's, but I thought it was a little overplayed in my opinion. So the COVID protocols were handled very well. Minimal tech issues. There wasn't anything over the top. There was a slight delay with like Battle.net and like downloading the game the first day there, but it's a Call of Duty LAN. That's usually how things tend to go when you go back to LAN, or LANs in general. There's always issues on the first day, but they were quickly resolved, and we really didn't have anything for the rest of the weekend. Touching on the actual gameplay of the team, we fried. I mean, I felt really happy with the team's performance. Myself personally, I think that's the best COD that I've played in fucking months, dude. I tweeted about it, but I can't even begin to like express how happy I was to finally be back on LAN again. Like it's no secret that my mental health has like not been super great competing online, and like there's been points that I've been solo. I was like, dude, I should just like stop playing for this, like until we go back to LAN, because I'm just wasting my time. Like I feel like I just wasn't good at all. Like literally, like I would have a pop-off series here and there, but like I knew that like my potential would never be like what it could be playing on LAN. And maybe that's a mental thing, maybe my mind fucked myself, who knows. But going back to LAN and playing the exact same way that I have online, like changing nothing. My entire team played the exact same way, and just getting the results that we did was like, it was super rewarding and also very annoying at the same time, because like we played this whole season online and we lost to a lot of the team. Like we've lost to London and Paris like pretty handily. London like shit on us last time we played, and just like wiping the floor with those teams, like it just makes me mad, man. Like I don't know, the potential of like what could have been, obviously we'll never know, so it's a moot argument in the first place, but like just the potential of what could have been based on the results of this weekend like kind of sucks. I know we wouldn't be in last. I can will my team to a non-last place if we were on land, but that's neither here nor there. So we played super well. We 3-1 London, 3-0 Paris. I think I had a 1.7 against London and like a 1.6 against Paris. So had a really good weekend. Then we lost Optic in a game 5 round 9, something like that. We almost hit a reverse sweep. We were down 2-0. Brought it all the way back, and then threw a couple rounds in the Moscow, which I'm sure you guys definitely watched. So unfortunate there, but we went 8-4 map count, 4-1 in hardpoint, which hardpoint we've been dog shit at the entire season. And our S&D was actually the thing that was like kind of saving our season. And that started to fall a little bit. So I think if we like maintain hardpoint and like bring up the S&D, we can make somewhat of a run at the next major. I'm pretty sure we're out of champs at this point, unfortunately. I think Florida has to lose every single series that they play, and I think we have to win the major. So the Atlanta FaZe are about to get fucked by the Seattle Surge, let me tell you. Barring, again, Florida doesn't win anything, which they're pretty good, so who knows. But as of this point, I'm pretty sure we're out of champs, unfortunately. But, you know, shit happens. You know, we kind of shit the bed online for the entirety of the season, so it is our fault in a way. But like I said, we played super well over the weekend on LAN, and like just it makes me more mad knowing that we wouldn't be in the position that we are. If that's a mental thing online, or you know, if it's a ping thing or whatever the fuck, I know we wouldn't be in the position we are right now. So that's kind of bittersweet. We played well. I'm mad we played well. It's like a weird trade-off. So talking about champs just a little bit, you know, the format of only 8 teams going, I don't think that it's a good idea. I think a lot of people kind of share that sentiment. I understand that, like, if you want to compare it to sports, which is like the thing that people have been doing as a counter argument, it's like, okay, take the NBA, for example. Like, you wouldn't have every team go to the playoffs and then, you know, it's not 30, there's not 32 teams in esports though. So that's the thing. Like, I think it's very fine to do what happened last year. Like, I'm in the same spot that I was last year. I'm in fucking dead last. Like, they could just as easily have another losers bracket, like early round match like we did. I think it was like Wednesday or some shit like that. Like, I feel like there's minimal effort required to have every team there, especially since there's only 12 teams. So I don't think that the format currently is good. FaZe has to win like fucking 2 series again. The fact, like, I don't think that having to win that amount of series for a world championship is something that should ever be a thing, ever. I think that's just a horrible fucking idea. I think coming through winners bracket in major grand finals and having a disadvantage is also another thing. Like, having to play the team who's fresh off like 2 series wins when you have no scrims all day, because who the fuck's gonna play you, and you're just sitting there watching while, you know, the other team comes off, like I said, 2 series wins. Like, I just don't see the point of having no advantage. There needs to be like a up 1-0 kind of situation. I don't know. There needs to be some form of trade-off to having a winner's advantage in majors, if that makes sense. But back to the champs format, I don't think that having 8 teams there is a good idea. I think that a lot of people will agree with me on that. I think that, like, just the amount of teams in esports compared to actual sports, I don't think it's a comparable thing that you can really make an argument for. I understand the principle behind it. Like, why would you have a dog shit team throughout the entirety of the regular season go to the world championship? I understand that concept, but like, it's not the same thing, if that makes sense. Like, COD champs in the past, I've always compared to March Madness. Like, you would go and it's a gauntlet. It's supposed to be a grind for a world championship. You don't show up, win your 2 series, like, hey guys, we're fucking world champions now. Like, that doesn't, obviously I've never won a world championship. I can't speak on people that have, but like, just the grind of like a BO4 100 Thieves losers run, like that shit, like that, man. Like, just the gauntlet of Call of Duty that has to be played and won to win a world championship in previous titles just feels so much better as a viewer and a player, in my opinion. But Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think most of you guys might agree with me or disagree and call me an idiot. Who knows? So looking forward to Major 5. Like I said, we're pretty much out of champs contention at this point. So we're going to go and try to play spoiler, make some decent money, and we're going to see what happens. I think second place is like Dallas, New York, and Toronto are all within like 20 CDL points of each other. So these coming stage matches and the major is going to determine the second seed for champs, because FaZe I don't think can get caught at this point. So I don't know, man. It's going to be an absolute grind. We're going to try to play spoiler. We're going to see what happens. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will try to get back to uploading as much as I can. I do have a couple of videos planned out, so there's definitely going to be a little bit more uploading in the near future. After those planned videos, we're just gonna have to see what happens, man. Like I said, I'm not going to upload if I'm not happy with the video, or if I'm not happy with the content. So assuming that I am, then you guys are going to see videos. So I appreciate you guys for watching. As always, thank you all so much. Have a fantastic rest of your day.